to German potato salad, where they like to add a more of a dressing, like your mustard, like I just added, and the oil and the vinegar.
Wow.
And then they like to add it at the beginning. As soon as the potatoes come out, they add it then so that the potatoes absorb the liquid. But if you're making a potato salad that's like a mayo-based, I always suggest add your mayo after your potatoes have cooled so that it doesn't absorb, they don't absorb all of that, and then your potato salad ends up being dry. Rather add a little later once your potatoes have been nice and cooled.
Stunning. Now, Chef, we're at the end here of cooking up everything.
Yep.
And I can see that here goes all those aromatics. Here come all the flavors. The garlic is in there. The thyme is in there. You put the butter on top. Can we still create this over a fire?
You can, but I mean, of course, with fire, you can do it on the grill, of course, and then after that, you take a foil, right?
Oh.
You close it down, you put your fillet in. While it's so hot, you put your butter, and then you just close it, let it rest.
Yeah.
So with that, you're creating a sauce also, because the blood and the juices are going to come out, and then the butter is going to merge all together, butter, not anything else but butter. And then it's just going to give you a nice, thick flavor out of it.
Excited. Now, you definitely can get your own braai stand ready, and whilst you do so, please do head over to afternoonexpress.co.za for the full ingredients list and recipe for this dish and start showing off. Now we are well on our way. We are still cooking, honey, and I think we still have 2 more dishes up our sleeves. So as we have shown you on Afternoon Express before, we love bread. So when we come back, we're making 2 delicious kinds, caprese and garlic.
As a South African, you stand the chance to win billions on lottoland.co.za's favorite Italian draw. The Super Enalotto draw will take place tonight at 8 p.m. South African time. Keep glued to their Facebook page for the payout amount on the Super Enalotto. Who knows? You could be South Africa's next billionaire. Place your bets now on lottoland.co.za. Lottoland South Africa is a licensed bookmaker with the Western Cape Gambling and Racing Board. No persons under the age of 18 are permitted to gamble. Winners know when to stop. National Responsible Gambling Toll-Free Counseling Line 0800 006 008 or WhatsApp help to 076 675 0710.
back to Afternoon Express. Now, all of those delicious dishes that we enjoy outdoors need a carrier. And what better way to soak up all the flavors than some delectably flavored bread? Now, we don't only have just one kind of bread, but two different kinds that we know you'll love. Now, South Africa, the kitchen has been in an awfully good mood today. Dumi has been dancing from the top of the show. Tell us why, girl.
Because we are the gift that keeps on giving. We've done the meat, we've done the starters, now we're doing the stuff that people need. You go to a braai and there's not enough garlic bread. You go to a braai and there's only pap and you're like, but I don't like pap. I want something different. I'm zhuzh like that. So we've got the options for you. We've got the government bread that just never ends. We've got the bread that is, you'll have enough. You're giving us the garlic bread, chef.
I mean, I like the idea that you have both breads. A lot of people have this thing of you can only make garlic bread with one particular bread, but you can't really just use anything that you have in the house. And I mean, even in the song, the bread that you make at home, like amagunya, you can even try that out. Why not?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think
Exactly.
of that.
So with mine, quickly, I just have butter here that's soft. You can put it in the microwave if it's hard for like 2 minutes, and then you can just add in parsley or any other herbs that you have, and then your garlic, I mean, which is the king at the moment.
It's just that easy to make garlic bread.
It's just
all
that
you need
easy.
is butter, parsley, and the garlic.
And then you're gonna need foil, of course. I mean, with this one, you're gonna need foil because you're just gonna spread the garlic butter on it, and then in the foil, in the oven, just on low, because you're not toasting it. You just want it to melt and be hard on the sides, because there's nothing like a beautiful, crunchy texture on your bread when you have your braai.
And that's exactly what I'm about to taste. I mean, I have never tried garlic bread on anything other than a French loaf, so it's going to be quite interesting to take a full traditional loaf of bread that we all know and enjoy on a daily basis and turn it into something delicious. So here goes nothing.
Pali, while you're taking a bite?
It tastes exactly the same. There's no difference.
And what I like about this particular, what I like about this particular bread is that once you done with your braai and you have so much left over, you can always use it the next day, toast it, mush it up, using it as a stuffing for your turkey, because it has that garlic, those herbs, those beautiful flavors. So it can also be a beautiful stuffing, and also a lot of stuff tastes better the next day.
It does. And this is definitely one of them. Dumi, we are talking about soaking up the flavors of the braai, of living outdoors and outdoor dining. And this garlic bread does exactly that. But you're about to introduce me to something that I've never heard of before, that I've never tried before, and that is a caprese.
Yes.
So what is it specifically and where does it originate?
Yeah, so let's start there. Caprese is an Italian salad. Caprese meaning the base of it is tomatoes, mozzarella, and basil. Now, that's a salad on its own, and it is divine. It is delicious. It tastes amazing. However, you are at a braai and you want to sop it up with all the other flavors, right? We got you here a caprese loaf of bread that's all those amazing flavors. I've got some tomatoes, and also because I'm celebrating Italy with this braai today, I'm going with the colors, and that's exactly how it is. Even the laying up of the bread is in celebration of the colors. So you start with the red, that's the tomato. You follow up with your nice cheesy mozzarella cheese. Follow that with a nice layer there. That's going to be your second layer for this bread. And then we're going to top it all with our basilia. And the one thing I know is that they're very, very particular about it. You can never change it up and add a different type of herb. But if you want to be adventurous, try it. But this is the standard. This is what a caprese is, but we're making it inside of a bread that you can braai even on those hot coals.
Very reminiscent of the Italian flag. So not only are we tasting it.
I was about to say, I mean, we've got 7 colors and they've got
3.
Exactly.
But I love the fact here that we are able to take, I mean, Dumi, you already took us to, was it Italy? With the other flavors within the, it was Germany. I am lying, girl. You took us to Germany with that delicious potato salad, and now you're taking us to Italy with a simple type of bread that anyone can whip up at home. Similarly here with Chef Aya, I see that you've already got your bread sliced, and you're just adding it to the different slices.
Yeah, I mean, if ever you want to be zhuzh, if you want to zhuzh it up, or you want to be bougie about your bread, you can always then get your clover cheese, grate it up in the oven so that it can be gratin on top. And you know how nice the burnt cheese on your sandwiches tastes like?
That golden brown.
It's life. So you can always do that. You can always do that.
Now, we are going to be putting our different breads into the oven. But if we, again, you know, at the end of the day, we are celebrating outdoor dining and outdoor eating, but specifically the braai. So how are we able then to whip this up on top of an open flame?
Exactly like this. And then you just remove this from the pan on top of the griller.
In the foil.
Yeah, you just let it, because you just want the butter to burn. That's it. You don't want the bread to burn. But if ever someone then wants their bread toasted and crunchy, they can always put the oven and grill and then, or even like really on or they can even go on the grill and just have it there, flesh on. That's it.
Aisha, from foil now, please give me some foil, my guy. You're taking too much of
Sharing
your
is caring.
Yes, please.
And Tumi, you're going to do the exact same. You're
Yeah.
going to wrap
Exact
up your caprese roll in that foil.
Yeah.
Essentially here, it's dependent on how you like to indulge, how you like to enjoy it. But this looks amazing, ladies and gentlemen. I am ready to eat. Now, are you ready to indulge? Then head over to afternoonexpress.co.za for the full ingredients list to this delectable braai bread recipe. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very much excited about today's show because we really are having a full-on masterclass.
We definitely are, and we've still got one more.
And I like how we accommodated a lot of people.
Yeah.
From vegetarians to meat lovers to vegans in a way.
Yeah, in a way.
But I mean, with the stuff that we did, they can always be accommodated by just not adding the meat or
Yeah,
the cheese and
substitutes.
just,
Okay, brilliant. Well, we are not done. It is time for desserts because I'm waiting for something sweet. So coming up, we've got a little sprinkle and wonder coming your way as we make a giant fairy cake.
Express yourself.
Welcome back to the show, and I am ready for that sweet treat. Now, Chef Aya, this is something very interesting.
In a way. In a way, but I mean, it's very easy. For me, it's very easy. For you, it's very interesting. But I mean, we can get it right. It's very simple. Trust me, today we're just doing beautiful recipes that are very easy for anyone to do. And especially this one for your kids, for your nephews, for your granddaughters or grandkids.
Yeah, I've got a whole lot of godchildren, goddaughters, godsons. So I'm definitely going to be whipping this up. And this goes out to you, little ones. Who believes in fairies? Well, we do. And we will let you in on even more of a secret. We even believe in giants too. And that's exactly why Chef Aya is baking up giant fairy cake today. It'll make the fairies happy and certainly you too. It's easy, Mom can make it and the kids can help decorate it. We spoke everything mystical. We spoke about fairies, we spoke about giants. Show us how.
So already I've got my sugar here, my custard sugar, and I've got my butter creamed already. So you use soft butter, you don't warm it in the microwave, please. So it's best to leave it overnight outside so that it becomes soft. And then you just mix it with, so this is like a cup of sugar, custard sugar, and 500 grams of butter. And then I'm putting my egg here, you know, one egg at a time, not two, because it's gonna wobble up and it's gonna, you know, get out of control. So also I've got vanilla essence, I've got some self-raising flour here, but if you don't have self-raising flour at home, you can always make your own. So it's 1 cup of normal flour and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. That's self-raising flour.
I love that.
So it's very easy. You see, we give them so many ingredients, so many recipes, but also at the same time, we're giving them the insights.
What I love about Clover Bliss is that there's no whipping necessary, no cooking, and no baking. It's basically no fuss. Just ready-to-eat indulgence. You can use it as an ingredient, or you can just enjoy it on its own as a snack. As I dive into this gorgeous cake, guys.
While you do that, I'll let you know what I'm doing here. Because clearly no one loves me enough to ask me what I'm doing.
Everyone talks for themselves.
Look, we focus on the base first.
I'm on frosting duty today, and literally I'm not really doing much. I'm just creaming my cream cheese together. I added a little bit of some cream in there, as well as some lemon juice, just to give it a bit of a tang, and just loosening it up with some of our icing sugar, because it has to be nice and sweet.
Awesome. I mean, I can't wait for you to start icing that cake.
As the saying goes, let them eat cake.
I mean, the best part with making cake is the decorating. Come on. Decorating the cake is the best part for me. I mean, you get to play around and be a kid again.
Yeah, and this does go out to all the kids. I mean, we want to invoke all of those memories growing up. Whether you believed in fairies, believe in giants, or you still do, don't worry about it, because that's what we're here for today. We're able to take something as simple as cake and leveling it up a step or two. So what, Dumi?
Yeah.
When it comes to leveling it up, today we're using quite a different type of icing. As you spoke about, we're using a cream cheese topping.
Yeah, so we're using cream cheese that would normally be enjoyed on bagels, things like that. You know, it's considered a savory ingredient. However, a lot of cakes are iced with cream cheese frosting. So it's a basic ratio of the cream cheese to icing sugar, depending on how runny you want it or how thick you want it. It's completely up to you. But another thing that is very important when making the frosting is when people start frosting their cake, you find that crumb comes away from the actual cake itself, and you end up having a crummy layer there. So it's important to have some extra on the side, so that when you do start crumbing it, then you don't have to worry about those crumbs going all over your cake. So have one extra layer.
Or when you do start icing.
When you start icing, my apologies, yes. So I'm going to do that. That's the first layer. Mara Chef, while I'm still doing the layering here, do you want to just tell us how far you've come with that and what else?
So I'm just waiting for Pali to help me to just pass me the baking tin, and I mean, you have to do something apart from pouring the chocolate. So I'm just gonna put this, so you have to line, you crisp-proof your paper, so you have butter and then you just scrub on your baking tin, and then you have your crisp-proof paper on top so that it sticks. And that way you don't have to just keep on holding it down.
Yeah.
So I'm putting this, the oven has to be already on 180 before you even start cracking the egg into your bowl. So that by the time you're done with your mix in the oven, and it's gonna cook for exactly that 25 minutes you've already set.
Dumi, on your side, it seems as if that layer is nicely on the top of that cake. That's gonna add just the extra moistness that we need.
Correct. And now that that's done, I'm going to give that salt bay a run for his money and start with my sprinkles.
Look at you.
Look at me going in there, dropping in the flavors. This is where the fairy dust comes in. This is where the little kids go crazy.
This is my favorite part.
Yeah.
And you just sprinkle away as much color as you like. If you want to use those glitter as well, you can add glitter to this cake. Make it all fairy tale-y. It's up to you.
And if you would like to get your hands on this recipe, please do head over to afternoonexpress.co.za.
With the creamy decadence of double cream bliss from Clover, yogurt has never been so irresistible.
Made with love by Clover.
We are done and dusted, honeys, and you know when the aprons are off, it is time to eat. So, Chef Aya, can you please remind us and give us just a bit of a recap of what we created, bullet points?
So we did a beautiful bravoche, my favorite. I can't wait to just stick with that. And then we did a beautiful medallions. These are so nice and succulent, and the fact that we waited for them to actually ooze down. We've got a caprese sandwich there, which Tumi made. Tumi, I can't wait to dig in that. And then I've got a beautiful government garlic bread, which you can also use as a stuffing. It's gonna come out. It's gonna come in handy soon. Some potato salad, yes, some jam, and then we did some beautiful.
Yeah, the skewers.
I want you to tell me about this chicken skewers after you've had another bite of them.
Dumi, are you ready for it? You seem a bit anxious.
But I just don't know if my stomach is ready for what's about to happen, because this is not just a feast. This is heaven on a plate. So which one do I start with?
Wherever you're thinking of starting.
Okay.
That's.
I consider myself somewhat of a princess. I'll start with the fairy bread.
I'm going to call you a Chinese woman, starting with the dessert.
Interesting. I would be lying if I said I am good at anything else other than this is really a real job for me, the taste station. I really do. I really do taste everything as I go.
You do it exceptionally, Balosa, to me.
I think I'm a master taster, but if I were to decide, I'm also really, really good at creating delicious, vibrant salads. Salads that are different. Maybe, like my mom, everyone knows that she doesn't eat meat. So when it is time to braai, she's really looking forward to the sides. For her, that's what shines, you know. So I've got the sides down, honey.
Chef, I have to say to you, the chutney. Yabonga boy.
Is it good?
Yabonga boy.
Awesome.
The one.
This is delicious. Chef Aya, have you been able to taste those potatoes yet? That potato salad that Dumi spoke about?
It's actually better when you taste it, because when she was making it, you could see everything going in, and some of the stuff that I've never had it like this. And now I'm picking up the mustard, the graininess, you know, the sourness, the sweet, the spring onion, that fresh vibe from it. It's so earthy. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And I like, you know, 'cause it's going very well with this. There's no mayo. There's mayo here with the coleslaw and the yogurt, so it's balancing very well.
And this is coming from a private chef who has cooked for none other than the best. Now, what I do love about Chef Aya is that everyone you cook for is a VIP.
Listen, I think that if you want to talk about my clients, you might as well talk
about all of them.
You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
can't just call me to talk about one.
You see, Chef Aya, for those that don't know, has had the privilege of cooking for international superstars like our Trevor Noah, that tennis star, Rafael Nadal.
Yeah.
You see what I'm talking about? He knows about it all. Do you get any anxiety before cooking for any of them?
So for me, if every client that books me, I get anxiety. My mom would tell you, whoever I get to cook, it could be like the simplest person, it could be my cousin booking me. The fact that I need to remember my happiness comes from the next person. So if I feed you, you become happy, I become happy. So that's my first priority.
You've made us happy here today.
I get anxiety that sometimes I can't even sleep, and sometimes I'll even get sick. So yeah, that's how hard it is. Passion, I think.
For all of the passion that you've brought in on the plate today, you've definitely made us happy. Thank you so much, Aya, for touching base with us. And Dumi, it's always a pleasure. Siswa, I love you. Now think out of the box and go outside and enjoy those amazing food options. In case you've missed any of the steps and tips from this week, don't miss our repeats from Saturday morning at 8:30. Then, if you are on a tight budget but have a lot of hungry mouths to feed, be sure to catch us again next Tuesday and Thursday from 5:30 p.m. as we show you mouth-watering meals that you can make for 6 people for under 200 Rand. But until then, Mzansi, City good night, stay safe and happy eating. Goodbye. Nothing beats being free. For breakfast with the team, family brunches, or having the crowd around for life as it used to be. Made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.